right, welcome in, you guys. Hello, Missy Ma'am. Miss Maisie is here. She's like, what are you doing? Hope everybody's doing great today. Welcome in. Pathfinders, we're going to talk about Venus going direct. We only have Venus in retrograde every 2.5 years, so I know a lot of you have had some major big impact on that. So we're going to talk about that in Pathfinders today. In our heart healing group at 3:30 Eastern time, we're going to talk about healing the heart. Right? The group is called Heart Healing. So I'm going to give you some ways of doing that. I'm going to have Jen there. We're going to talk about the wounds that happen to the heart, and also not manifesting if you have a broken heart, because that broken heart cannot fully developed feeling about where you want to go. It gets impeded. So you're not really manifesting, right? So we're going to set you on the road to healing that heart so you can manifest. Lots of big changes happening at Soulful Revolution. I'll be talking about them over the coming months. But this week I am doing a Reprogram Your Subconscious Mind class on Thursday. So if you want to change your reality, that is a really good place to start. If you don't like what you see around you, come on along. There's a link in the description box below for all the things I just mentioned. All right, let's get cracking here. All right. Oh, wow. This keeps showing up. Oh my gosh. Jealousy, water. Yeah. Death. Okay. Straight to double jeopardy. Okay. There is someone in your life who has done some stuff to you, and you may be having a difficult relationship with this person. I think what you're not understanding is this person is jealous of you. And I know my mom used to say that to me sometimes. Well, she's just jealous of you. And I would be like, what are you talking about? Bullying me, treating me badly, treating me awful. Yeah, you know why? Because when you do that to somebody, all right, if you're, let's put yourself in the position of the person who's jealous. A lot of people who are unconscious and jealous at the same time seek to contain or diminish a person who is, they find to be bigger than them, or they find to, I mean, it's kind of like you're showing them up. Okay. And so they're going to want to clamp you down. If you've ever been told that you're too big, that you take up too much space, that is coming from a person who can't handle it. Okay? This is why gossip is so damaging. Whenever you hear somebody talking negative about another person, that energy of gossip is a way of crafting someone else's identity. That's probably one of the most, especially in school, right? Like people's identities are just developing, and someone who is talking trash about you behind your back is really one of the worst types of frenemies that you can have. Just a car going by. Just like a thought. You don't have to claim it. You just let that car go by. So I'm here to say that if some of you might be thinking of someone in your life who's a frenemy, who has undercut your self-confidence, who has been like, oh, you're not wearing that, are you? That kind of nonsense is not a friend, my darling. I also saw something on Twitter this morning, which was really kind of sad to me. And I just want to say this out loud. I did comment in the feed of this comment that this person was kind of like upset that their friends were never reaching out to them. She always had to reach out to those friends. And I was like, you know what? You gotta, to be a friend, you gotta, to have a friend, you gotta be a friend. And I just get the sense of like, that's possibly friendships that you have outgrown. Okay. And those people could be jealous. They could be looking in another direction. They could be, who knows what's going on with them. But I said to her, is that the role you really want? And she's like, well, some people are just bad at reaching out. I'm like, yeah, no. If I want to talk to somebody, I reach out to them. Okay. So just know that we make a lot of excuses for people, And yes, sometimes people are forgetful. Sometimes people are just caught up in their own lives more now than ever before. But how you spend your days is how you spend your life. And I would much rather have friends who are excited to see me and who want to reach out to me. And if you're not having that experience, I just want to say, like, look more closely at the situation. After a long, long friendship, I looked more closely at it and I was like, wow, I didn't realize I was kind of being a doormat for this person, that they were calling and dumping on me for a couple hours a day or an hour at least a day. And it wasn't really about me at all. And there was nothing discussed about me at all. And I was just there to sort of be a sounding board for this person. I was like, you know what? It doesn't feel very balanced to me. And you know what? I was right. That person was not really a friend. They were a frenemy. So pay more attention to the people you have around you. Be very discriminating in who you cultivate, okay? Because you are the sum total of the 5 people you hang out with. That's really true. There they are, 5 people, okay? Page of Wands, especially from childhood. Hanged Man, 8 of Cups, 7 of Wands, yeah, 5 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. This is the friends. This is the friends reading, okay? 8 of Wands and the Star. Wow, okay. So I feel like surrendering to your true authentic self is really what's going on here. And when you take a new path, you're really resisting people who take you down, okay? And this can be showing up. If people are draining your energy, your positive light, all of these kinds of things, then what's happening is you could find yourself having some pretty lousy luck, okay? Jupiter in retrograde is about luck. And it is about looking at what we're doing and are we really aligning ourselves to, because luck is really just preparation in readiness for opportunities that the universe will show you. And you can call it luck all you want. I feel like that's kind of a thing that says, I didn't do anything, it just showed up for me. But you are aligning with it when you have heart-mind convergence, when these two things are in alignment. You are drawing to you opportunities, you're drawing to you people. That is not an accident, okay? So luck is the convergence of me being ready for an opportunity, and then the universe brings it in. And I'm like, wow, that was a lucky break. Really? You made that happen. Okay? You and the universe co-created. That's what we mean when we say co-creation. So this is about seeing friends who are really friends. Okay? People who have your back, people who are wanting to be part of your life. And this is a very, very healing place to be. So some of you are in the midst of releasing situations, people, experiences that are not you anymore. Okay, they were you at one point because you did attract them. They're not you anymore. Just like, when we talk about, people talk about their traumas a lot, and and when I hear them start going down the road of this is my identity, that this is who I am, and I'm like, nope, it's not your identity. If you're choosing to make it your identity, you're drawing more of that to you. And being a thriver is what I prefer to align with rather than survivor, even, because survivor does indicate that experience that you had that you don't want to reoccur. Okay. So even that I think that was a very positive truth, or kind of trying to align with a positive truth. I'm just going to say to you that thriver doesn't hook itself to any negative experience. It just is. Okay? So I'm gonna throw that out there as a way of rethinking who you're being in this world. And I also feel like when you do that, people fall away. People who were there for your destruction, hoped for destruction. Listen to that. People who were there for that, death, gone. Okay? They can't hang because you're vibrating. Your frequency is different now. You're not vibrating at a victim mentality anymore. You're vibrating at something completely different. And they're like, oh, wow, that's Okay, going somewhere else because they're not getting their dopamine hit anymore from watching you fail and being happy about it. Oof, that could even be family. Yeesh. Okay, right. Look at this. Five of Swords. So we got Five of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Five of Swords. I don't mind this though here because I feel like that's you kind of fighting back. That's what that feels like to me, is you fighting back and learning new things about yourself. The Page of Wands, the Hanged Man. I think surrender is underrated as a really powerful expression. Surrender is I'm no longer resisting a situation. I'm now surrendering and aligning with my true authentic self. And that means other stuff goes away. I'm turning my back on this old identity. I'm turning my back on things that aren't really aligned for me, that are not my authentic self. And I'm stepping in to healing in a big way. So Page of Pentacles, the opportunity, yep, done. Ain't always pretty, my friend. Some people go kicking and screaming. They don't like it that you call them out. If you do call them out, you don't even have to call them out. You don't even really have to. It's sort of like, why waste your energy on that? Right? You don't want to be in it anymore. So shift that identity, shift, to the person you are. Embrace that authentic self and be the person you want to create in the world. In that way, things, opportunities, people drawn to you. Different vibe. Okay? Different vibe. The universe is saying, hey, you know what? Time to stop looking to the past or looking to any kind of victimhood. How we got here. Look at this, Three of Wands. I think that's about being very open. Being very open. Look at this. Death. My. Wow. So this is likely the past person, somebody, fire sign. Let's see where we're going here. Eight of Pentacles, Fool. Oh yeah, new beginnings. Wow. Whee! Okay. Fool, Wheel of Fortune. Like, you put in some effort here. You're putting in some effort to shift into this new pathway, this new way of being, really shifting it. Right? Allowing the Ace of Cups to come in. The universe has been trying to send you opportunities for a really long time. And you're like, no, I'm going to sit in this victim mentality. Thanks so much. But something changes. Something changes. I feel like you are suddenly aware that what you're doing, or the tribe you're hanging with, or the family member who is constantly taking down your self-esteem or undercutting your self-confidence, I feel like when you become more aware of these things, when you become more conscious, like that's what we're doing in that class on Thursday night. It is about putting time and space between a situation, and instead of reacting out of a trigger, observing it. What is this? What lesson am I being shown? What is this really trying to teach me? Like, stop, have it being personal to you, all this kind of stuff. This is really the path to true happiness is, oh, okay, that person is trying to trigger me right now. Done with that nonsense. Death. 10 of Swords, death. Like, wow. I don't feel like that's you. I feel like that's the other person. I feel like you've set yourself free. Okay? You're setting yourself free. This is a destined, fated moment. Okay? You are setting yourself free of this. And that's where true happiness, because we've had some stagnation. I know I've been talking about this. Go back and look in the channel. How many readings have I done about people being stuck? Right? Look at that. And the reason I feel a lot of the stuckness happens, because fives are about change, right? It's because either A, the pain isn't great enough for people to move on from a stuck situation, or they're not seeing it. They're not seeing that it is a stuck situation, that they have power, that they have choices, that they have capabilities. Just assuming that, well, this is how the world works. If you think that that's how the world works, if that is your paradigm, oh yeah, people are just going to screw with me. People are just going, she's only saying it for my best good. She's only telling me that I shouldn't be wearing this because she cares about me. What stories are you telling yourself that are keeping you stuck? What are you saying to yourself? What do you believe to be true about who you are? And how much of it is actually your real authentic self? That's what we're talking about. So I see this transformation happening. I'm going to look at, let's see, the Lover's card. What else is here? Healing, Seven of Pentacles, the Hermit. Oh, yeah. So definitely some Virgo energy. The Virgo new moon that's happening is a time between now and then we're really emptying ourselves, because this Fool is completely empty. There's no identity here other than complete blank slate, right? So we're getting ourselves back to the complete blank slate. We're stopping thinking, what are the things you're telling yourself? I'm a doormat. I'm the one that holds everybody else together. I'm the one who can never get out of my own way. I think 9 to 5 corporate job is the only option I have. What are those stories? Because you're telling them, and this is interesting that it's swords, because, and we have this, still have this water. So I'll talk about water in the extended, but this swords is about an idea whose time is over. So the next thing is the Ace of Swords, right? The next thing to come is the Ace of Swords, which is a new story, but you've got to empty yourself out of the old story first. King of Wands, Magician. Wow. There's that mindset, right? Like viewing the mindset, recognizing that we, King of Wands and Queen of Wands here, I feel like you're almost transforming. You can also be dealing with a partner who isn't you might have, okay, You might have had a person in your life who is all of this nonsense, and they're a friend, or I don't feel like well, they could be a love partner or whatever. But if you've ever said, especially if this person is a friend or a family member, like if you ever felt like this person was blocking your growth, or if you ever felt like hanging out with them, you never really changed, you kept staying in this situation, you never really grew, you never really were able to turn the corner, I feel like this is the learning here. And so now becoming the King of Wands and the Magician, maybe too open to somebody, maybe a friend from childhood or something like that, never were really seeing this person as not aligned for you. And so if you're the Queen of Wands, it is sort of a step, we are sort of like masculine and feminine and masculine kind of integrating to become something wholly new. So eight of Swords, this idea that I can't move forward if, like, I have this stuck idea. Okay, so I have this stuck idea about when I did this before, this is what it looked like. And so this is how I'm doing things now. I know this is a little bit esoteric, but now I'm doing things, but I can't see the way forward because I can't see the new paradigm. I can't see the new paradigm. So I'm thinking there's only these, we live in a dualistic kind of world. Not kind of, we live in a dualistic world, right? Dark night, daylight, right? There's just polarity. And so if we get stuck in this polarity, this idea that there's only a 9 to 5 job or this, entrepreneurial success that I am not available for because I don't see myself like that, because I'm not telling myself that story, then we don't see a path. We don't see a way to go. And so the first step is getting rid of any kind of negativity that is around you in terms of people or relationships. Yeah. Strength, 6 of Wands, the Moon, and the Queen of Cups. There is somebody, could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I'm definitely seeing Cancer and Pisces and Scorpio here. I feel like it can also be someone whose feelings, there's something about feelings here. There's something about, maybe you feel very tied to this person. and you would feel very alone if you chose to move on. But I feel like this person is really blocking your growth and blocking love for you, even blocking love, blocking success, blocking joy, or at least they tried. They tried. Okay. So you're going to overcome this. I feel like the Virgo new moon is an opportunity to manifest the new thing, but we've got about 2 weeks now, maybe 10 days, in order to sort of empty ourselves of these and surrender to the new story. So we empty first, we empty these old stories. We become aware of what we're telling ourselves. Surrender, right? Let go of it. Let go of all of it. And we're moving on to something new. All right, so I'm going to continue with this reading. I'm going to look at blocks. I'm going to get some advice. I'm going to look at the next 30 days. I will pull cards for each zodiac sign to give you some specific advice. Okay? Link is in the description box if you want to continue on with me. If this is your story, I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.